Hello. We usually don't really do this, but this is probably just gonna be the only video. I don't know why I got this idea, but I just ran out of ideas making videos. You know what? Just read a book about video games. We're gonna start on chapter 12, the source code. And yes, I don't know what chapter I'm gonna stop. We're gonna probably stop at 20 minutes. So yes, that is super different for you guys. So this is the only new video I'm gonna do. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe. Chapter 12, the source code. The driver took us into a cave and parked the tank again. Oh, Jesus and Eric, what are you doing here? Eric threw up his hands. How does everyone here know our names? The man looked at him quizzically. Well, I know the names. Well, I know your names because I went to school with you. You don't look like any of our teachers. I wasn't a teacher. I was a classmate. That's when I noticed the man's super duper blue eyes. In my whole life, I only met one person with eyes that blue. Mark? Which man? He smiled a sad smile. That's me. Mark Hitman, I could kind of see it. You know, those missing person posters, they age up 20 years to give you an idea what the person might look like now. That what Mark looked like, except the poster artist had also added lots of muscles and blast arms. Eric was having a hard time keeping up, but why aren't you drowned? Mark cooked his head. Drowned? Everyone thought you drowned in the river. Really? Who goes swimming after a storm exactly? No, I was playing full blast. I got stuck in. Us too. Yeah, but why are you guys still young? We didn't know what to say. Finally, Eric spoke up. Why are you old? Because I've been here for 20 years. Eric nearly fell off the tank. What? You only been missing for a month? What are you talking about? Eric and I filled Mark on everything that had happened since he disappeared. The river search, the big photo of him in school, the Mark Day. So I got you guys a half day of school. Well, yeah, but wasn't a good half day because everyone was sad. Are you sure? I've been gone only a month. We both nodded. That's great news. That means real time moves way slower than the video game time. And if we're able to somehow find a way to get out of here, I could see my parents before they turn into grandparents. It was my turn to speak now. What do you mean somehow find a way out of here? Mark turned the tank back on. I have something to show you. We drove through a wall and back in a cave as we zig and zag through more levels. Mark explains that every video game has accidental shortcuts through unfinished walls and sensory. There are even gamers called speedrunners who compete to find these glitches and beat the video game in record time. Over the years, Mark had found all of the full blast accident shortcuts and made a home underneath the video game world where aliens couldn't reach him. We eventually found ourselves back into the Nevada desert. We drove along at the beginning of the level, hugging force-filled boundaries. Suddenly, Mark snapped the wheel left, and we went through an invisible hole and a visible wall after driving through the never-ending desert for 50 or more minutes. We came upon a massive black building looking kind of like a warehouse, except it stretched for a mile. Marked off with the tank. Come on. He grabbed the handle of a huge sliding door and crank it open. When we stepped through, the door lights around flickered a path in front of us. They loomed row after row, filling cabinet and TV screens, the big tube kind, abandoned metal parts. What is this? I asked. The source code, Mark said, as he led us for all the files that make this game work right here. Great, Eric said. Then we should be able to find one that we can get out of here, right? Mark shook his head. I searched for a long time to find something. I used to Control-Alt-Delete my way out of here, but that's not a way. It works after years of digging experience. I came to the conclusion the only way out through is level 20. So what's the problem, Eric? I'd be level 20. It's not too bad. Mark stopped at the end of a dead end row. This particular section of a warehouse looked like it had been torn apart by someone desperate to find, so the lights had here flickered involuntarily. Files, pictures were taped hardly to the wall. There were even red yarn attaching everything together like those police movies. Hold on, guys. Mark pointed at the wall. This is the problem. At the top of the wall, above the files, in a picture and red yarn, were two words scrawled in spray paint. Two words who had been seen before. On Heinberg's protocol. Underneath those words hung a familiar gas mask. Chapter 15. The Hindenburg Protocol. What's the Hindenburg Protocol? I asked, while trying to follow the zigzagging string. Mark shook his head. It's the thing that's going to make sure never make it out of here alive. Mark turned one of the off the old TVs. The Hawaii level popped out into the screen. When there were jetpacking around this level, did you notice the detail anywhere? Not just all the trees, but all the different types of trees. 67 to be exact. 67 different types of trees, each with 1,000 leaves that will all do something different in the wind. And did you notice the crickets? Not just the sound of crickets, but actual crickets and flies, mosquitoes zipping around. Do you know how hard it is to put that kind of detail into a video game? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, hard, Eric offered. Impossible, Mark said. It's impossible to do that. Okay, so why? It's impossible because even if you had enough time to code all of these different trees and bugs, you're creating infinite headcuts for yourself. The more stuff you cram into a game, the more things you could go wrong, like glitches and errors, Eric said. Exactly. Every video game developers in the world is trying to make games that trick you into thinking they're more complicated than they are. Every developer except these guys, the Full Blast team, has done the opposite because they built this. The Mark tapped on the gas mask on the wall and clicked on the button on the TV. The TV showed the beginning of Hawaii level. Again, but this time it zoomed in on a mosquito. The mosquito happily flew around looking for someone to annoy. We watched the mosquito in silence for a full minute, which in mosquito watching time is an eternity. Before Mark spoke up. Notice anything weird? Yeah, Eric said. We were watching mosquito on TV instead of trying to beat the game. But when I saw something, oh, wait. Is it? It took a while to notice, but the mosquito was growing right in front of our eyes. It started slow, but at the second tick by, it began growing faster and faster. Soon, it was the size of a cat after 10 more seconds. It reached a human size. That's when the screen flashed blue and a figure appeared in the corner. Mark paused the video. Look familiar? It was our gas mask friend. That mosquito is a glitch in the game. I'm sure it stared as a baby and the developer forgot to put a limit how big it could get. This is something that a human would usually have to fix, but not here. The Full Blast developers build their own cleanup crew. These guys, they're special agents called Hindenburg. Mark unpaused the video. Mr. Hindenburg gas mask scanned the mosquito with a laser thing and shot a net out of his blaster. The mosquito got a tingle on in the net, but it quickly grew too big. It snapped the rope. Now it is the size of a tank. In the flash of the Hindenburg, also got as big as a tank and shot a metal net at the mosquito. This time it got tingled up for good. Mark paused the video again. The genius of the Hinderbird's ability to learn. If it sees a mosquito getting bigger, it gets bigger too. When the mosquito snaps the net, it makes the middle net. It will do whatever it takes to destroy a glitch. With the Himmerger protocol, you can create the ultimate game because you can build a world builds by itself. Any mistake gets zapped into the oblivion, and the only perfection remains. Great, I said. So why is it caring to zap us? You're the glitch. Excuse me? Did you do something to break the game? No, we were just fighting a boss. Both of you team up against a boss has to only know the boss that only knows how to fight a single player. We shrugged. So you broke the game. Now a Hingeberg is trying to make sure it never happens again. This game, HBH, will enable gaming perfect. Well, what did you do? Eric asked. Mark smiled. I figured out how to ride those crying things like horses. They don't like that too much. But you escaped your gas mask guy, right? Mark sighed. I tried finding him for years, but he's too fast, too strong, too smart. Every time I tried a new weapon on him, he'd dodge it, then learn about it, then create armor to protect himself from it. That's why I got so upset with you for shooting at your Hingerbird with a blaster. Jeez. Now you can never use a blaster on him again. I looked down the ground. Sorry, it's okay. Just know that you're the only have one shot with these guys anyway. My Hindenburg eventually figured out I'm trying to leave through level 20, so he's waiting for me there with 1,000 of aliens armor against every weapon in the game. I just don't get why we would put something like that in that game. That sucks in real people, I said. That's the thing, Mark replied. I looked through the whole place and there no one mention of reality mode. I don't think this game is supposed to suck in people. Then how are we here? Someone must add it after the game is finished. Who? Mark shrugged. One more question, Eric said. What happens if the Hindenburg catches us? If he blasts us, we just go to the beginning level, right? Mark unpaused the mosquito level. The Hindenburg towed the tank size of the mosquito to the base of the Hawaiian volcano and pressed a small, smooth rock. The earth rumbled. The volcano sank into the ground and a giant pit appeared. The Hindenburg waited for all of the rumbling to stop, then rolled the mosquito over the edge of the pit. After 10 seconds or so, we heard the faraway thud of the mosquitoes hitting a metal bottom. The level flashed blue again and everything went back to normal. That's the black box, Mark said. Even light cannot escape the black box. Saving progress. Chapter 14. High Noon. Okay, guys. Well, I think we're going to end here on Chapter 14, High Noon. And I've been 20 minutes, but I think I read it enough. So yeah, guys, make sure to like, subscribe. Is this? You guys could comment down below if you want me to read, but probably you guys don't really like reading. So yeah, just make sure to like, subscribe, and bye.